You have just experienced one of the most awesome spectacles in the universe, the explosive end of a star's life, a supernova. When the largest stars in the universe collapse, all the energy stored within their fiery core fuses together with incredible force. When the core explodes, all this energy is released in one cataclysmic moment, obliterating the star and creating a great cloud of gas and dust called a nebula. Eventually, over millions of years, new stars will form in this nebula. This is the life cycle of the universe, the life cycle of the stars. The universe is a constantly changing and violent place. Countless galaxies contain billions of stars, all living, dying, and being reborn. From the earliest civilizations that created stories of mythical creatures and heroes to the first scientists, we have felt compelled to look closer and discover more. Advances in science and technology have allowed us to look at stars in a whole new light, to reach out beyond our planet and venture into space. Space-based instruments like the Hubble telescope have shown us in incredible detail the wonders of our universe. The images we receive give us clues to the greatest mysteries of our age. From the amazing sights within our own Milky Way galaxy to the most distant galaxies billions of light years away, we are learning more about the powerhouses of our universe, the stars. Our knowledge of the universe is based on a journey of discovery that started thousands of years ago when humans first tried to make sense of the night sky and understand their connection with the stars. Nomadic tribes that roam the deserts and prairies use the stars for passing on knowledge and values in the form of stories. Gathered around campfires on cold, dark nights, soaring tales of morality, heroism, and love were created from the shapes formed by the brightest stars. These patterns, which we now call constellations, help to define cultures and their connection with nature. Many of these constellations are still used today, and even in this modern era, their stories endure. Two constellations that are common in many cultures are the hunter and his faithful dog. Early Native Americans believed the Milky Way was a spiritual river crossing the night sky. They used the constellations to explore the land and help them navigate on their long seasonal migrations. The sun, moon, and stars were so important to the ancient Egyptians, they worshipped them as gods. They believed the cycle of day and night reflected life, death, and rebirth. They built great pyramids as vessels to the afterlife for their dead pharaohs, with burial chambers aligned to the stars. By accurately charting the movements of the sun and stars, The early Chinese were able to create a precise 365-day calendar. This gave them the ability to predict the best times to plant and harvest crops, and when it was time to celebrate their new year. As civilizations developed, less time was needed in the fields, and more free time was available for questioning the universe. The ancient Greeks explored concepts like mathematics, philosophy, and the natural sciences. One of their most revolutionary theories was that the Earth was not flat, but round like a ball. Their understanding of mathematics and science allowed them to not only prove this theory, but to actually calculate the size of the Earth. The Persians developed these concepts further, and with more accurate instruments, they created detailed star charts. They advanced science by introducing algebra and the numerical symbols we still use today. Like the Greeks before them, they believed that the Earth was at the center of the universe and the sun and stars orbited around it. This belief was widely accepted until the early 16th century, when the Polish astronomer Copernicus theorized that it was in fact the Earth and planets that revolved around the sun. This became the model of the solar system we know today and led the way for the birth of modern physics. The Italian astronomer Galileo Galilei took existing telescope designs and greatly improved their efficiency. With this newfound clarity, he was the first to observe Jupiter's 4 largest moons. It was Galileo's observations that provided the visible evidence to support Copernicus's theory that the Earth was not the center of the universe. Isaac Newton is generally considered one of the most important historical figures in science. He revolutionized astronomy with his invention of the reflecting telescope and our understanding of physics with his theories of gravity and motion. Newton also discovered that light was not just one color, but a spectrum of colors that combined to form white light. For 300 years, Newton's theories stood fast until a young Albert Einstein published one of the most famous equations of all time. His general and special theories of relativity changed the way we look at time and space and paved the way for a quantum leap in our understanding of the universe. Many great discoveries have been made since. Our understanding of the atom and the theories of quantum physics have allowed scientists to explore not just what we can see in the universe, but also what we cannot. When we look through a telescope at the stars, we are seeing only the visible information they emit. Light is made up of a rainbow of colors, but this is just a small portion of what is known as the electromagnetic spectrum. At one end of this spectrum are the short, high-energy gamma rays. At the other end, the long, low-energy radio waves. These waves of light are invisible to human eyes, so astronomers use specially designed instruments to capture the light and convert it into images we can see. Huge arrays of radio telescopes are used to collect the low-energy radio signals emitted by stars far off in the universe. Radio waves allow scientists to look through nebulas and gas clouds, revealing the objects inside. At the other end of the spectrum are ultraviolet, X-rays, and gamma rays. Doctors send X-rays through our bodies to look for bone fractures and internal damage. Astronomers look for X-rays and gamma rays in space as evidence of exploding stars and black holes. Unfortunately for astronomers, the Earth's atmosphere shields us from much of the electromagnetic spectrum and prevents many of these signals from reaching Earth's surface. To solve this problem, we had to take a giant leap.
20 seconds and counting. T-minus 15 seconds. Guidance is internal. 12, 11, 10,